nobody's here, only 4 people, so maybe talk for a minute. Okay, folks, thank you so much for your patience. We lost our video feed for a moment, however, we are back. We're going to continue with the Clarinet Motion concert here. Next up is a composition by a great colleague of ours, a great musician and composer, Stefan Zeniuk. He's tuning in via Zoom, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his composition entitled Illogical. Is it like Spock, like illogical, or? Here's Stefan Zeniuk.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just juggling the Zoom meeting down for a second, and a couple of people were asking, so I'm trying to send it out to a couple of people. Hey, I'm here? I'm here.
Hi,
Flip the thing around.
well, where are you? You're here. Yeah, let's look at, first of all, let's look at Stefan.
The
It's here.
camera faces the computer or something?
Yeah. We have 11 people back. We had like 30 people, but the screen died. Sorry, my mask is off. And now Stefan's back. Stefan, tell us about your piece, man. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay. So this piece is called Illogical, which I guess stemmed from, at least the title stemmed from the attempt of a composer and a musician constantly trying to turn off the logic side of their brain when they're being creative, and to let the other side flow through. At least that's how it was thought of in early January when I wrote the piece, and and that was almost a year ago now. And the way the piece sort of structures itself, initially I just wanted to write a piece that was that would be good fodder for the dancers to dig their teeth into. And so it starts sort of fun and energetic and jovial and positive, and it slowly, I guess, morphs into a sadder, more somber, more pensive, morose sort of piece. And I think it's a good, it's sort of lined up with the way this year has turned out. Starts optimistic. I think I finished this in the first week of January, and now it's November, and everyone's like, God, is it 2021 yet? So turning off the logical in my brain let me access the next 9 months, or 11 months, and become a bit of a time reader. So that's sort of how I'm perceiving the piece, again, 11 months after I wrote it. Where the composer always sort of has another perspective, another take on it after a little bit of time away from the process.
Super, thank you, Stefan.
Great.
Without further ado, Illogical by Stefan Zeniuk. So our final piece is by our very own associate director Peter Jarvis, who is he's on Zoom here, and we were supposed to be with him in New Jersey for this concert, but it got canceled due to the COVID. So we might actually repeat this concert next semester in William Patterson when things get better. And Pete, you there? Is Pete there? Good. Oh, there's Pete. And Pete's going to talk about this piece, but this is a very interesting piece that Pete and I actually played together once, and it's very aleatoric and very cool. And here, you'll see what happens. I'm not going to tell you, but Peter's going to tell you.
Peter.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, wait.
Hey, great talk to you guys. Sound great again.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
And, Mark, thanks again, man.
You're
You're
welcome.
always there to host us. Anyway, I call these pieces text pieces. And what I did was write text, very short poems, they're very abstract. And while the players, first you're going to hear the poems read, and I want to thank William Schimmel, the great William Schimmel, because he's reading them in pre-recorded, because he and I have this piece on a CD. We put out a duo disc. So I took Mark's version of reading the poems to use for live concerts. So thanks, Bill Schimmel. But anyway, what happens is you'll hear the poem read, and then the players read the poem to themselves silently at the pace they would normally just read poetry. And while they're reading it through their instruments, they're interpreting what they're reading. So you'll hear the first poem, then the poem interpreted by Max in this case, then the second poem, and then that same poem interpreted by Michio, and then the third poem, which will then be interpreted by everybody. And one other thing I just want to mention lastly, yes, Gene and I did this piece a couple times. Charles Coleman read them live, and then of course done it again with Bill when we recorded. But the third poem I wrote first, which is called Stop Poaching, and it was based on a true story. I just happened to have one of those major news channels on, CNN, NBC, whatever it was. And a story came on about, in Africa, a poacher was out going after a rhinoceros to grab the horn. And amazingly enough, an elephant intervened and literally stomped the poacher to death, saving the rhinoceros.
Yeah.
And soon after that, tigers came along and ate the poacher.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely a true story, and I found the irony to be absolutely fantastic. So I wrote a little poem on it and then came up with this sort of text piece idea. Then Gene and I felt it was too short, so I wrote two more, and now it's a little suite that I call Animal Suite that I did for the Composers Concordance Animal Festival of about a year or two ago. So every time it's a different instrumentation, but when you hear Bill reading Stop Poaching and then play it, think of that delicious irony that it is absolutely a true story. So anyway, thanks everybody, and thanks again, Mark Castaldi, and I do hope we get to share it at William Patterson, because they'll love you out there, man. So we'll see how all that goes.
Great. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. Yay, nature.
Which is it that we create? Is it sanctuary? A prison? Aquarius? We don't know. Some don't care. Can the environment be controlled? Of course it can be controlled. Can it be controlled? Of course it can be controlled. Sanctuary. If there are no predators, of course it can be controlled. Just set up with great care. Of course it can be controlled. Prison. If set up without great care, read about the responsibility before getting an aquarium and after. Of course it can be controlled. Just do it properly. Great care. control it. Animal life. Life of an animal. If it is a question, it makes no sense. Animal life. Life of an animal. If it is rhetorical, it makes less sense. I don't understand, but it seems like it should be simple. As an animal, if you want to know. Obviously, so many animals, so many species, dogs, penguins, mice, cats. We hate some, we love some, we kill some, we care for others. Animal life or life of an animal? Food chain. Life of an animal or animal life? Such different concerns. I'm clueless. Stop. Stop poaching. Poacher searches for rhinoceros and elephants. Precious horns and ivory. Thank you, rhinoceros, for your bounty. Elephants, too. Stop poaching. Elephant stomps poacher. Delicious irony. Stop poaching. Tigers eat poacher remains. Delicious irony. Stop poaching. Stop poaching! Little changes.
performers, all the dancers, all of you out there, sorry for the little interruption in the middle. But I think most people saw the whole show, so I have to have my mask for this. Everybody come on stage, we're gonna do a big bow. Big groove bow, groove bow, groove bow. Our dancer choreographers, Max Pollack, Chicago Mahori, and Cindy Burtis. Composer for Alan Silverman, Jim Pritzker, and Mark Kostaki, and the fantastic licorice. This is Michio Suzuki, Akari Yamamoto, Sarah Campi, Shige Matsuda. Thank you, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Our next concert is on November 29th at Drome. 20 composers playing their own music. Hopefully it happens. I think it will. Join us there. There will be a live stream, or come down. There's 25 tickets available. Thank you for coming out. Peace out, y'all.